Hey, it's Kyle, 9.9 Kyle, coming to Chris and Kyle. Hey, Colonel Tony Moore. Watching 9.9 coming to Chris and Kyle. I mean, come on.
Hi, welcome to 9.9 Comics with Chris and Kyle.
I am Kyle.
And I'm Chris. And today we'll be talking about collectible comics getting released April 4th, 2018. I get to start things off this week, and we're going to jump right into Marvel Comics. It's actually some big stuff coming out of Marvel this week. It's pretty exciting. We're including Amazing Spider-Man 798, because it's the last of the run before they restart with the new Amazing Spider-Man #1, featuring the Red Goblin and all that. And the writer is ending at Amazing Spider-Man 800, I believe. So it is start collecting these because it's going to show the transition from the Green Goblin to the Red Goblin in full. You've had some sneak peeks at it in prior issues, but that's what the new Amazing Spider-Man #1's feature is. So make sure to be picking these up. Avengers Shards of Infinity #1. This is a pretty exciting one. Obviously, it has to do with the Avengers, Infinity Stones, yada yada yada. Brief summary. Earth's and the Moon's mightiest heroes. A new threat has emerged. An evil organization calling itself Lunar has been secretly building a powerful weapon on the surface of Earth's moon. Black Widow infiltrates the group to uncover an even more startling revelation. Their weapon is powered by shards of the Cosmic Cube. Legendary creators Ralph Macchio and Andrea Di Vito bring Captain America, Black Panther, the Falcon, and Black Widow together for a cosmic thrill ride you won't want to miss, and new villains you won't want to mess with. So that's pretty exciting stuff. I'm always looking forward to anything new and original out of Marvel, just because they're doing well right now.
Especially recently, yes.
Yeah, so that's why I'm really hoping they hit the nail on the head with this. We also have New Mutants Dead Soul #2 of 6. So we've talked about the first one. It's done very well for an X-Men comic, and that's a huge deal. So Marvel, like I said, Marvel's making the right moves. And the #1 that I'm probably most excited for out of Marvel is Venomized #1.
Yes.
So it's a continuation of like the Venomverse comics, so to speak.
Correct.
Brief summary of this one. The story that began in Venomverse reaches its epic conclusion with Venomized. The Poisons, the species that hungers for superpowered symbiotes and their hosts, have picked their next target, the Marvel Universe itself. Their first objective, put every superhuman in a Clintar symbiote and consume them. But with Venom and the X-Men still missing after the events of Poison X, the planet and its heroes are defenseless. So, like I said, continuation of the Venomverse series.
Venomverse was an awesome read.
And you've seen, everybody likes the Venomized covers, and this is a whole comic run of Venomized characters, and it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So definitely want to pick this up. Moving on from there, we're going to be getting into DC Comics. Some big stuff out of DC coming out with Curse of Brimstone #1. So this is exciting. I love all these new characters coming from Metal. Joe Chamberlain would do anything to save his small, forgotten town, even make a deal with the devil. But things get worse, and Joe finds himself cursed with the power of brimstone. With the power of fire and destruction coursing through his hands, Joe must now track down and destroy the demon he made his deal with before the power he now wields destroys the town he was trying to save. But as the fiery pain inside him grows, can this young man overcome his own demons before his power rips him apart from the inside out? It's vaguely similar to
Etrigan?
Ghost Rider.
Okay.
And that's fine. The big two have always mocked each other and made copies of each other's characters. Nothing new there. What is new is the art style is dope. It is one of these big comics coming out from top artists and writers after Metal. So definitely want to pick up Curse of the Brimstone #1. It is a new character to the DC universe, and if he becomes a mainstay, you're going to be glad you did.
Correct.
Shade the Changing Woman #2 out of DC's Young Animals. We've talked about the first one, and this is all breaking out from Milk Wars. Make sure to keep picking up the run. Moving on from there into Dynamite Entertainment, we have Dejathoris #3. So Dejathoris has been doing really well for a Dynamite comic, and I say that like not all Dynamite comics are bad, but they're not. They're really good. But for sales and collectability wise, Dejathoris is head and shoulders above some of the other ones. And then you also have Green Hornet #2. Green Hornet #1 sold out in store. It was huge. So definitely want to be picking some of these titles up.
Alright, so moving into Image, we're going to start off with a new Image #1. These are always fun. This one is called Analog. And Chapter 1, 5 years from now. The security of the internet has been totally destroyed. Secrets are no longer sent over the web. They're entrusted to armed couriers called Ledgermen. The Ledgermen.
I feel like that's a terrible name for them.
The Ledgermen? Yeah, it just sounds like they write very well. I keep a ledger of everything. Like human punching bag Jack McGinnis. He's got me and him
have an inside joke about the name McGinnis.
Yeah.
Based off Batman Beyond.
Yeah. We're nerds, leave us alone. He's got a gun in one hand and a briefcase handcuffed to the other. Danger lurks around every corner, and Jack has to watch his back, because he had a part in the cyber attack that changed the world. Get in on the ground floor of this new ongoing series and thrill as we slam Jack's fists into the faces of spies, mercs, fascists, and eventually less punchable adversaries like a very grumpy artificial intelligence. From your new favorite artist, well, I don't know, they're being very facetious about that. New favorite artist, David O'Sullivan and Jerry Dugan, the New York Times bestselling author of such indie titles as Deadpool, Star Wars Chewbacca, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Uncanny Adventures.
Wait, I didn't know Deadpool, Star Wars Chewbacca, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Uncanny Adventures were indie titles. That's news to me.
Yeah. So, I think they're just talking about because they're independent storylines.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I didn't write this. The cover art for this looks amazing, though. So while it might be a little facetious, they also might be nailing the pin on the head with it.
Right.
Because the art looks great.
And not only one, but two. That's right, two #1s. Getting confusing here for Image. There's a new #1 called Isola coming out. And here's a little bit about that. Childhood friends Brendan Fletcher from Motor Crush and Eisner Award-winning storyteller Carl Kerschel from Gotham Academy reunite on the comics page with a breathtaking fantasy adventure 2 decades in the making. The captain of the Royal Guard has fled the capital city with the Queen of Mar, suffering under the effects of an evil spell. Captain Rook's only hope of returning Queen Olwen to her throne and saving the kingdom from impending war lies on an island half a world away, a place known in myth as Isola. Land of the Dead, featuring lush color work by Mrs. from Gotham Academy and letters by Adita Bidikar from Motor Crush. Recommended for fans of Studio Ghibli and the work of Miyazaki. So it's a new twist, but bringing in aspects that people already like, kind of obsessed with. So I'm interested in this. Like, I mean, it's two awesome creators, and then it's also a feel that people are already comfortable with.
Yeah, with one of the most intriguing parts to me is recommended for fans of Studio Ghibli and Miyazaki, because it's a very distinctual art style.
Correct.
And I didn't see any of the inside art, but that brings hope. I like, because that is very laid back, easy to look at art style.
Right.
So.
And then moving on from there, we have, of course, out of Image, we always have Spawn with the release of Spawn number 284. This has some really good variants for this issue. One from Matina. There's a black and white variant, and there are also other version variants that are really good looking. I'm going to try to get at least more than one to show you up here. And then moving on from there, we are moving into Walking Dead territory. This guy over here, that's right, I'm pointing at you, has been catching up.
I'm finally starting to catch up on The Walking Dead. I'm on
Succumb.
trade. I'm on trade 11. So, and this is what I always told people. I was like, right now it's not my thing. I'm sure I will enjoy it once I get past the second trade. But it was a battle to get past the second trade. As soon as I got past it, I've been like consuming. I've been consuming Walking Dead the trades like 1 to 2 a day.
Yeah, he's been in. I own all.
I get stacks, and I come back like 2 or 3 days later, and I'm just like, hey.
I'm just Walking Dead library.
Yeah, I need another stack, man.
Yeah. So this next coming release is Walking Dead number 178, which is the New World Order Part 4, and I'm really looking forward to it because the beginning of Walking Dead arcs, they're always very like not slow, but everything's building up, and hell hasn't exactly broken loose yet. And I'm waiting for hell to break loose in this New World Order series, just because it's such a big community that they're with, and not only that, but with the new introduction of the character. I don't want to spoil too much because it's only a couple issues ahead. Some people probably haven't caught up. But that's it for Image. Which brings us to Dark Horse with their release of Dr. Star and Kingdom of Lost Tomorrow's number 2. We told you to get the number 1. It did phenomenal. People are loving it. And that's not really all from Dark Horse because they also have landed in the spot for the 9.9 no-brainer!
It's kind of a big deal when Dark Horse is the no-brainer.
Right.
What does Dark Horse put out that would be the no-brainer, Kyle?
So, the 9.9 no-brainer today, Chris, is Xerxes, Fall of House of Darius, number 1 of 5. This is a very big deal for me just because I wasn't able to catch up with 300 when it first came out, so being able to actually be a part of the chronology and buy it as a single issue is really exciting for me. A little bit about the Xerxes the God King. Frank Miller returns to the world of 300 with this sprawling historical epic. Persian, King Xerxes sets out to conquer the world to avenge his father Darius's defeat and create an empire unlike anything the world has ever seen, until the hardly Greeks produce a god king of their own, Alexander the Great. That's right, you heard it. Alexander the Great is going to be in the series, and Xerxes is going to be fighting him, and is going to be a bloodbath, and I'm so prepared for this. And not only that, but in Frank Miller fashion, Frank Miller is going to be writing the comic. He is going to be doing the inside art, and he is also going to be doing the cover art. And his colorist is going to be Alex Sinclair. It's 30. They're 30-page issues each one. I guess that they have my money.
Wisely so. They're gonna have everybody's money. This is a huge deal. Frank Miller's been away from Dark Horse and the 300 universe for a while now. Yeah. So having a return to
the movie came out a long time ago.
Having a return to it is a big deal. Plus, with the way Zack Snyder loves Frank Miller's works,
right?
You can probably see this getting turned into a movie adaptation in the near future.
Oh, that'd be awesome, especially with a big name like Alexander the Great in there.
Oh yeah, it would be such a smart move. And I mean, that's what the show is speculation, but we're also speculating on things that we've seen happen, which was Frank Miller. So basically everything. I mean, Frank Miller's X-Men, awesome. Batman, awesome. 300, awesome.
Right.
The stuff that he does that gets turned into movies, amazing.
Right. And of course with...
You can't... Like, this dude... Everything he touches turns to gold.
Right. And especially people are really hyped ever since he finished with DK3. DK3 was a good refresher of some Frank Miller. And I think
afterwards, it's like, what's he gonna do next?
Yeah.
Like, he's done so much.
Xerxes is what he's doing next. So be prepared for that. We're gonna be catching up with that, and I'm really looking forward to it. So with that, I guess that's a wrap. Remember to like and subscribe. Please remember to subscribe. It's really important. It helps us get our URL different
changed on YouTube.
Yes.
Pro tip for those that stuck around for the whole episode, in the previews book from January, I believe, there is a couple pages sneak peek into Xerxes' Fall of House of Darius. So if you are a 9.9 member and did get the previews book and you missed that, I would go back and check it out. Because you got a little bit of time.
Yeah, I'd say.
All right, have a good night.
All right. Later.